Hello, my angels. Welcome in, welcome in. So this is Tarot with Hannah. I am Hannah, and today we are going to be doing a what you need to hear right now reading. So I'm super excited. I'm so grateful you guys are all here, and let's get into it. So what we're going to be looking at specifically, we're going to be looking at your current energy. So that's going to act as like an energy check so that you can know, is this my pile or not? If that part resonates, then it's probably your pile. If not, I'd move on to a different one. And also, it's possible that you may resonate with multiple piles because this is just general messages today. So if you are drawn to more than one pile, feel free to check more than one out. We're gonna look at your current energy. We're gonna look at the challenge and how you can also work with this challenge, how you can move through it. What support or positives are present in your life, what breakthrough / change is coming in, and then we're going to end it with a channeled message and advice from your guides. So, awesome. And so we're going to pick the piles based off of your tarot deck and the crystal that's placed on top of them. So you can be drawn to the crystal or the tarot, either one or both. And yeah, just use your gut, your intuition to pick your pile, and then I will meet you over in your reading. All right, perfect. So for pile 1, we have the Ocean Jasper. Beautiful. And the Lucid Dreams Tarot. Okay. For pile 2, we have Smoky Quartz. This particular one has some scratches on it because my cat has knocked it on the floor a bunch of times, but that's okay. And we have the Cosmic Slumber Tarot. Okay. For pile 3, we have this Rose Quartz point. She's beautiful. One of the first crystals I ever bought, actually, I think. And we have the Modern Witch Tarot. Okay. And for pile 4, we have Dusty Rose and the Tattoo Tarot. All right. Feel free to pause the video, take all the time you need to pick your pile, figure out which one is right for you. And I will have timestamps in the comments so you can just click right to it. And I'll see you guys over there. Okay, hello pile 1. All right, if you chose the Ocean Jasper, this is your pile on what you need to hear right now. So I've gone ahead and I pre-shuffled the cards and picked them all out for the reading. So I'm just gonna lay them out here. All right. So for your current energy, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Ooh. For the challenge, we have the Seven of Cups. And I'm gonna do an oracle or a tarot row on top, and then I picked oracle cards for the bottom row to clarify each of them. So, all right. So for how you can work through this challenge, we have the Emperor in reverse. Okay. For positives or support in your life, ooh, we have the Ace of Cups. Beautiful. And for the breakthrough or change that is coming, we have the King of Cups. Beautiful. Okay. All right. So the oracle clarifiers for your current energy, we have soften. Ooh. Okay. For the challenge, we have the Oyer Spindle in reverse. Hopefully I'm saying that right. This is from a book of Celtic, or it's an oracle deck that is about Celtic trees and plants. So that's fun. All right, and for the how you can work through this challenge, ooh, we have the Strength in reverse. Interesting. It even kind of like looks like the Emperor card. Like it has like the same kind of energy, because Emperor is also like Aries. Aries is that red. Oh, so for the support and positives present in your life, we have Leo in reverse. And you guys actually got 2 cards for this part. So you also got Hod, or Sephiroth. Sephiroth. Not sure how you say it. Okay. Look at all the orange and the red. This is crazy. Okay, and then for breakthrough or change coming, you got the woodpecker and the log. Okay, beautiful. All right, let's dive in. So for your current energy, okay, so when I was meditating on your energy before I started, I just kept hearing the word anticipatory over and over. And I feel like you are either just now like in the process of starting something new, like a fresh chapter in your life, or you feel like you're on the cusp of it, like you're anticipating like this new start, this new thing happening, which is definitely present in your current energy with the Ace of Pentacles. This is all about new beginnings, particularly in like some kind of material sense, because the Pentacles rules the material world. So it could be a new job that you're starting, or a new source of income. It could even be like a new apartment or house, or it's something that's connected to like the physical world. This is an opportunity that brings stability, and it's really good financially or for resources, things like that. If you're it's basically a new stable beginning. So you could be starting a new job, or wanting to, or you're waiting to hear back on an offer or something like that. If that's the case, I definitely see you getting whatever the thing is. The Ace of Pentacles is like a yes in a new direction, in some kind of like stable material way. And so that can be monetarily, or it can be, abundance in other forms. It could be the gift of, more time, or, more of an opportunity to be out in nature or things like that, because the Pentacles is that earth element. So clarifying the Ace of Pentacles, we have Soften, which is so interesting. So she's got this little flame up here, and it's feeling to me like, it kind of reminds me of like the Ace of Wands card a little bit. So it's like, and you have so much ace energy in here. There's definitely some kind of like big new beginning that you're going through, that feels really positive and exciting. And especially with all of this like fire, like red, orange energy, it feels like you might be feeling like really creative at this time. Like I'm getting like sacral chakra, which rules our creativity and our feeling passionate, feeling sensual, things like that. But then with the message of Soften, I'm also kind of getting like, maybe this new opportunity, whatever it is, it really does allow you to have more like joy in your life, or more of like a work-life balance, or just feeling like you can kind of relax a little bit. Like, I don't know if maybe you've been going through kind of a challenging time, or things have been really up in the air, and it feels like this card feels like, like an exhale, like, oh, I can relax, I can soften, I can let go of the reins a little bit, because I know that I'm going to be taken care of. I'm also getting like, I was talking about with the creativity, like it could be that this new thing is like a passion project of yours, feeling really lit up by that, and feeling like you get to be following like your flame, like something that really lights you up and makes you feel excited and yeah, like it's like that inner child kind of energy. Like I'm excited to do this kind of work, or I'm this new direction, this new, could be a new place or something like that, is really, it just feels, yeah, it feels really positive. And she's got her little like flower here. It just kind of reminds me of like getting to, you know, those kind of like lazy summer days where you get to just kind of like hang out outside and you're just like relaxing in the grass, or, you know, being in nature, like just sort of getting to take in all the little sensory things. That's what this card is giving me. So interesting. So that's your current energy. There's some kind of like new chapter you're starting, and it feels really exciting and also really stable. So that's awesome. Okay, so let's get into your challenge then. We have the Seven of Cups. This is not a bad challenge, really. I mean, the Seven of Cups, it can indicate like wishful thinking or getting kind of like too sucked into like romanticizing things, or like that kind of like what's it called? The rose-colored glasses. I wanted to say like pink glasses. But yeah, it could be, yeah, like the clouded judgment it says on here. It can be kind of like not seeing the full reality of a situation, or, you know, it could be that you're still kind of in the like honeymoon phase of something and the reality hasn't really set in yet. But if that's not the case, this can be also feeling kind of like a scattered energy, or like a confused indecision, because what the card talks about, there's all these cups here and they all have like something inside them that seems really exciting. Some of them not so exciting. This one has a snake in it. So it's like feeling like, oh, I'm almost overwhelmed, like spoiled for choice with all of these different options. But then it's like, as you look a little bit closer, you see that not all of the options are actually equal to each other. Like some of them have like the gems in them, and others are like, I'm gonna get bit if I choose that cup. So it can feel like just kind of a cloudiness, like feeling not 100% certain about the way that you want to move forward. Or maybe there's something within the situation, or something else externally that is kind of making you feel like you're not 100% ready to like commit to the path ahead. I'm also seeing where did it go? Searching for purpose. So it could be that too, like you're kind of going within and looking at what really makes me happy, what feels like something that what feels like meaningful to me in my life. And that can be work related, or just, you know, things or people in your life in general, like what feels like it's going to make me feel the most fulfilled emotionally. So clarifying this card, we have the Oyer Spindle, which I'm actually going to pull out the guidebook for this one. So Oyer Spindle, keywords, fulfillment. Oh my gosh, what I was just talking about. Delight, light, sudden insight, thunder and lightning, release, energy, illumination, your best efforts, completion of a task. So reversed, you may have to wait for your fulfillment. Keep to the task at hand. Don't lose faith. Are you feeling impatient or impulsive? Practice patience. Your rewards will come through your determination and persistence. This is a time to carefully evaluate the situation. What must be addressed before right action can be undertaken? Let the transformative forces do their work. You stand on a threshold and may feel stymied, but in truth, it is time to consider all that has brought you to this gateway. Don't bluster your way through things now. Rather, take your time and avoid hasty decisions that may bring you more difficulty. Pause before you step through and begin your next action or activity. Count your blessings, ask for help as you need it. If you are uninspired, allow the light to penetrate your being. rest. If you can't see the forest for the trees, ask Spindle for sudden revelation and clarity. Breathe in the teachings of Spindle. Okay. So, and I'm feeling called to mention too that at the bottom of the deck, I saw the Temperance card earlier, which talks about patience and kind of like a peaceful period in between like transitions. So it could be that you're like really wanting to get started on this thing and there's still some other things that you have to kind of sort out, or a little bit of like inner work potentially that needs to be done before like you can really go full steam ahead. It could also be, again, that you're sort of just reflecting at this time on what you really want and what's really going to make you feel the most fulfilled. And in the key words, it was talking about that kind of sudden insight and having it reversed. And with the Seven of Cups, it feels like maybe you're feeling a little bit disconnected from like your intuition, or like maybe there's external factors that are kind of clouding your judgment at the moment. I don't know if it could be other people in your ear, or just, you know, having a lot going on, a lot of options, or having like a very busy schedule even. So it could be, we'll get into how we can work through this challenge, but it could be that, you know, needing to take some time to really just kind of sit with yourself, have some peace and quiet, that might be really helpful for you. Okay, so let's get into how you can work through this challenge. So we have the Emperor in reverse and the Strength reverse. So the Emperor in reverse immediately suggests to me kind of a need for releasing control. The Emperor, when it's upright, is this card that is very in control. The person is, you know, sort of they're very disciplined and focused, and it's this like leader energy, but coming out in reversed as like advice for how to work through this situation, it feels like, you know, not letting like a need for control or like inflexibility or like ego get in the way of this sort of like new beginning, which I want to say that like it can't, like nothing that is meant for you will like leave you. Like it'll always come back to you if it's meant for you. So I want to make clear that I don't think that this is something that you can like mess up. It just might be like delayed a little bit, or the satisfaction of the experience might be a little delayed if you are getting really attached to specific outcomes, or like a particular way that something needs to go. It feels like needing to have a little bit of faith and trust in the universe that, you know, they have your back, and things are going to turn out for the best. Yeah, I'm seeing this word rigid in the Emperor reverse. So it's like, it could be a little bit of a challenge to like, just kind of go with the flow, or, you know, embrace changes. But that's what they're suggesting to do. Like when you're in this Seven of Cups energy, that's feels, kind of confusing and like unclear, of like you feel like you're not seeing things 100% clearly. Like they're saying the solution is to kind of release control and just kind of sit back, return to self, focus on what is within your control, and know that everything's going to come together as it should. So, and then with the Strength in reverse too, I mean, it feels like a similar energy that I'm getting this, like, there's all this masculine energy here, and with them coming out reverse. When I say masculine, I just mean like yang energy, which is very action oriented, very like go, 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 as opposed to feminine or yin energy, which is more receptive, receiving, knowing that you already put in the work, you already did what you needed to do to manifest this new beginning, and just knowing that, just allowing it to come to you, basically being in an energy of, I deserve this, I'm ready to receive, I'm open to receiving. It can even be helpful to like speak affirmations like that sometimes, like literally like, I am open to gifts from the universe, or like one of my favorites is like, universe, show me how good it can get, you know, like surprise me. I'm open to unexpected positive surprises. Things like that can be helpful here, because it feels like yeah, there's sort of a like a little bit of a grip on like, I want things to go this certain way, but there might be some things that are just outside of your control. And so they want you to just focus on, yeah, the things that are within your control. And also just like, I'm hearing like having more fun. Like if there's nothing that can be done in a certain situation, like focus on bringing more joy and like lightness into your life instead. That might just be for some of you. So, okay, let's get into then what support and positives are present in your life. This is beautiful. This is gorgeous. For support and positives, the Ace of Cups literally is like love. It is feeling like your cup is overflowing. So you might literally be in a relationship, like a romantic relationship that is feeling really fulfilling, and or you could be meeting someone, but it doesn't have to be that. The Ace of Cups a lot of times just talks about like our own cup is so full that what everyone else brings to us just overflows that cup. And so it's just feeling really emotionally fulfilled, really connected to others, to yourself, to the universe. It's, yeah, compassionate creativity. There's definitely, with this being your support and positives present in your life, there's a lot of love around you. There's a lot of people who really care about you and who really want the best for you. And that's beautiful. And I'm seeing the Cancer here too. Like it's a very nurturing energy. So it could be that you're wanting to nurture others, or others are nurturing you, or, you know, two-way street here. So, but yeah, this feels really, really great for the energy that's around you. So, you know, relying on the people, places, things that make you feel really emotionally connected and like your heart is open. And so whatever that is for you, whoever that is for you, it's suggesting that they want to be there for you as much as you enjoy, you know, relying on them or being there for them. So, okay. And then clarifying this, we have Leo in reverse in the Hod Sephiroth. With these, the Leo, the lion in reverse, can sometimes be about like pride and ego. And that's kind of just some degree what the Hod talks about too. It talks about being led more by objective and logic than, you know, sort of emotional responses, specifically like anger or ego, things like that. So translating that into the support and positives around you, it feels like not being afraid to lean on people and ask for help if you need it. I'm just really strongly getting that there are people around you who want to support you and who really love you, and do want the best for you. And it feels like this, clarifying this, is just a little message to not let, you know, pride get in the way, or, you know, it can even be, you know, ego doesn't have to be like, oh, like I think I'm so great or whatever, things like that. A lot of times in tarot, that's not what it's talking about. It's more just habits and things that keep us small or disconnect us from our soul and our higher self. And so just like bad habits, essentially. And so one way that can show up here is feeling like, oh, you know, I don't want to bother them. Like, I don't want to be a burden. You know, allowing that fear to kind of keep you from connecting with people and reaching out if you are feeling like you want to connect with them. So, because this talks so much about emotional fulfillment, the you have a lot of like cups energy in your reading, a lot of cups and fire, which both talk so much about like our emotions and our passion and our soul, and our creativity and our intuition. So yeah, I'm feeling like maybe there's some like, it could be like negative thinking or just like, yeah, like negative thought patterns maybe that are getting in the way of like overthinking things a little bit, which are maybe not like helping you out super. So because yeah, there's a lot of like really beautiful, like loving energy here. So yeah, so it's just, I think it's just suggesting that it, you know, it might be that you're getting in your own way a little bit in regards to, it can be any kind of relationships. It does not have to be romantic. It can be friendships and stuff like that too, or even family. But it could be romantic if that's resonating for you. So yeah. And the Leo and the Strength here, like the Strength tarot card is ruled by Leo. So having them pop up right next to each other, both reversed, is just kind of like a double emphasis on that message. It's like, you know, kind of put the pride or the ego aside, with love. I say that with so much love. Like, this is not a judgment of anyone. Like, I do this too. Everyone does. But yeah, it's like being vulnerable, allowing yourself to be vulnerable, and really kind of letting yourself receive the support that's available to you. Okay, cool. So a breakthrough or change that is coming. Okay, so we have the King of Cups, which is just so beautiful. You guys just have a lot of great cards. So this talks about a person, or it can be you as well, an energy that is really emotionally loving, really emotionally intelligent, mature. The King of Cups is very in touch with his emotions, but not ruled by them. Like, he has gone through a lot of emotional trials and really learned how to be in touch with his feelings, but also be very balanced. It's a very balanced and yet compassionate and empathetic, supportive energy. So having this be the change that's coming in, I mean, if you're resonating with, you know, looking for love or things like that, it could be a new person coming in, a new romantic partner. And if that's the case, I would say this is a very stable person and potential relationship. If that is not your message, and also it could be someone, you know, that you're already with, but that, you know, if there have been any challenges in that relationship, or you've been just going through anything challenging not related to the relationship, it could just be that the change or the shift coming in, or the breakthrough, is really getting to connect with this person. But again, if that is not your message, this is you, I think, feeling like you have really mastered your emotions, like getting through this Seven of Cups energy. I actually think, regardless of whether that romantic part resonated, this is for you anyway. You're getting out of the Seven of Cups energy and moving into the King of Cups, which is a way better vibe to be in. It's feeling like you're really balanced, like you're really feeling really comfortable with where you're at emotionally, and not just comfortable, but content. You know, feeling really connected to the people around you, to your environment, and just feeling like you have a lot of love to give and receive. And it's a beautiful energy. It can also be that you are starting or getting in touch with, like starting a creative project, or like getting in touch with your like artistic or creative side in some way, or spirituality as well, because the cups is our suit of emotions, and it's connected to our intuition, our spirituality, and also creativity and artistry. So this card, the Woodpecker and the Log, really talks about being in touch with nature and its sort of natural rhythms. So again, this kind of, it can almost be like a giving back. Maybe you're like getting the sudden inspiration to like volunteer, get involved in your community, or it can just be feeling like you're really in tune with the daily rhythms of, you know, your heart and your emotions. Or it could also be, I'm getting, because the woodpeckers are like, I'm just getting that they're, you know, they're, when they're like pecking at the wood, you know, it makes that like da 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 sound, like they're very hard working in a way. And with the King of Cups, it's like you could be working diligently on something that really lights you up, that really makes you feel emotionally fulfilled. That's a huge theme that's coming through in this particular reading, that makes you feel creatively inspired even, you know. Or this could just be, again, kind of like your kind of daily rhythms and environment are feeling really good. They're feeling really nurturing. You're feeling really connected to the people around you in your community, or a particular project or whatever, if this is work related. It's just like feeling really balanced and content. So I love that for you. That's beautiful as a change or shift that's coming in. And then we're gonna get, to close it off, we're gonna get some channeled messages. So we will do, let's just do, actually, we're gonna get a couple cards from the Dreamers deck. Okay, Spirit, what messages do you have for pile one? Let me send them off with. Oh, okay, that was fast. I am secure. I know that my finances will be taken care of even when I don't see how. Okay, cool. So, and yeah, we haven't seen a ton of that material financial energy in this reading other than your current energy, the Ace of Pentacles, which is really significant. But it feels like maybe there's like a lot going on in your emotions right now, or your connections. And they just want you to know that your financial situation, whatever is going on there, you are secure, you're taken care of, and it does feel like you have a really strong new beginning coming in there, whatever that might be. So, all right. Goodness, okay. I didn't love the way those came out, so I'm gonna do that again. All right, other messages for pile one, okay. Oh my gosh, wow, okay, so they really want you to know this. I know that money flows to me freely when I pursue my passions. I am abundant. Okay, so if you've been worried about your finances at all or your material situation, they really want you to know that that is taken care of, or that you have money coming in, or whatever it is in the situation. Like you might be seeing an increase potentially, because I'm kind of getting like the I am secure to I am abundant. It's kind of like, this is like I have everything I need. This is like I have more than what I need. So you might be seeing an increase there actually, which could have to do with this Ace of Pentacles, this new opportunity or new job or material beginning. Okay, and let's get one more for pile one, please. Thank you. Okay, gorgeous. All right, so I know that life is only limited by my imagination. I am dreaming bigger. Okay, amazing. So yeah, they're really wanting you to, sometimes it's like we get in this particular idea of what we are capable of or what's possible for us. And they're saying like, go even bigger than that. Like really allow yourself to dream a bigger dream than what you've even been thinking. And I'm feeling connected to the Seven of Cups energy too, which was coming in the challenge. And that can be like fantasizing and dreaming literally. Sorry, I hit the camera. And it was coming up in the challenge. So maybe that is hard for you. Maybe it's, maybe you are like someone who is very like a realist, you know, or very logical. Or maybe you've just been through some shit and, you know, you don't want to get your hopes up again. I am getting that energy, and they're saying like, know you've worked really hard for whatever this is, and there's some kind of bigger dream, some kind of bigger purpose that you're meant to fulfill. And you're on track, you're in alignment with it. So just keep going in that direction and allow yourself to even expand upon that possibility of what you thought was possible for yourself. So, okay, sorry I hit the camera again. Okay, those are all the messages that I have for you guys, pile one. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I had so much fun, and if this resonated with you and you liked it, you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know how it resonated. I would love to hear back from you guys. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and bye. Okay, hello pile two. If you chose the Smoky Quartz and the Cosmic Slumber Tarot, then this is your pile. Awesome. All right, we're going to get into it. All right, I'm gonna lay out your cards here. I've pre-shuffled them. So for your current energy, what was it? It's the bottom one. For your current energy, we have the Prince of Cups in reverse, which is the Knight of Cups. For your challenge, we have the Universe reverse, which is the World. It's just called the Universe in this deck. For how you can work through the challenge, we have the Hanged One. For what positives and support you have in your life, we have the King of Torches, which is the King of Wands. And for what breakthrough or change is coming in your life, we have the Ten of Pentacles. Awesome. Beautiful. Okay. All right. Okay, and so on the top row we're doing tarot, and on the bottom row I have some oracle cards to clarify each of these categories. So for the current energy clarifier, we have the Body. For the challenge clarifier, we have Vegas Beach. For how you can work through the challenge clarifier, we have Energy in reverse. For what positives or support you have in your life, we have Bloom in reverse. There we go. Okay, sorry, I just fixed the lighting because the ring light was really giving like a very intense glare. Okay, so then for the next like breakthrough or change coming in for you to clarify, we have Nasturtium. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. Awesome. Okay, let's get started. So how you're going to know if this reading is for you is if the current energy feels like that is what you're experiencing right now. So if that is not what you're feeling, or have recently been feeling, then this might not be your pile and you might want to check out another pile. But okay, let's get started. So we have, for your current energy, the Prince of Cups in reverse, which in this deck, it is the Prince of Cups, but it is the Knight of Cups. So Knight of Cups in reverse and clarified by the Body. This can be, you may have just experienced something that was, or be experiencing something that is emotionally challenging. The Prince of Cups in reverse, it can talk about feeling like your emotions are kind of all over the place or feeling really intensely. It can feel like moodiness, or it can be more extreme than that too. It can be feeling like there's been a loss of some kind or a sadness. So, and with the body, clarifying it, and it has kind of all of these, like the pictures of the chakras in here. I don't know, I feel almost like there's like a heaviness to the emotions that maybe like you feel it in your body, or maybe it's even like affecting your health in some way. Maybe like you are feeling really tired or sick even. But yeah, just I'm getting like feeling like you have less energy than you normally would, feeling like there's something emotionally that is affecting you, that is also then affecting your physical body and your physical energy, because of course they're all connected. And I'm really getting that with this body card, like just how all the chakras, and it almost looks like the like bones or whatever's on the inside is like intertwined with these like energy centers. So yeah, I'm that's the main message that I'm getting for your current energy. So that can of course be about anything. The Prince of Cups can also talk about feeling like creatively uninspired, because the cup suit also talks about creativity and artistry, spirituality even. So it could also be feeling like disconnected from like your intuition, perhaps, or feeling like you're having like creative blocks. Like maybe you're a writer or something and you have writer's block, or yeah, but I'm getting that the root of whatever this is some sort of emotional like sadness or loss, or kind of, and it's an underlying emotional issue that is the core of what's going on. So if you resonate with that, if that is how you've been feeling or the energy that you're relating to right now, then this is your pile and we'll get into it. So in the challenge, we have the universe or the world in reverse. So this can talk about something that's unfinished business, or like a cycle that has not totally closed out, or even it can talk about a cycle that's wanting to close out in your life, but you feeling some resistance to ending it, like having a hard time releasing it and letting go. If it's not you feeling resistant to ending it, then it can just feel like maybe you are feeling ready to move towards something new, but it's not time yet. And that can feel really frustrating, of course. But yeah, like the world when it's upright talks about like completing cycles, endings and beginnings. And so having it come up in reverse in your challenge feels like there's some frustration around like something that may be like a stagnant energy. Okay, and then we have the Vegas Beach clarifying that. So I'm actually gonna look in the guidebook for this. Okay, so keywords: ancient knowledge. Try to hold it up for you. Ancient knowledge and teachings, generations, books, texts, and scrolls, guidance from the past, wisdoms, ancestors, and lineages. Okay. When you receive the Vegas Beach in a reading, you are asked to study, do research, or gather information. You might be drawn particularly to ancient information and seek guidance from the ancient past. You might seek lost wisdom or guidance and information from your elders. Perhaps you feel drawn to research your own lineages, or travel to distant lands and sacred sites or countries that were home to your ancestors. You may feel drawn to write your own book to share such knowledge. The beach is full of ancient mysteries of the British Isles. When this card appears in your reading, you may fulfill a desire to visit a place connected with your past. You may have stories about your ancestors or lineages to share. You may receive information when handling old objects. If so, spontaneous stories and characters may come into your consciousness, which you feel compelled to write down and share. Perhaps it is time to go back to school and do serious research and study. What have you always wanted to learn more about? When you get this card, you may want to commit to a plan. This can either be study on your own, classes, or a full program. This tree also offers you grounding and is able to create sacred space for you. Call in the energy of beach and ask for guidance and wisdom. The information you need may come from a wise person, a book, a dream, or your intuition. If you are beginning a project, this tree offers you a strong foundation and stability. You may be involved with a project for a full year and have to be diligent to bring it to completion. Beach will help you stay with your task. Okay, so the first thing I was getting while I was reading that is that the world can also, or the universe can also talk about travel. So it could be, and only take this if it resonates, because it is kind of a specific message, but it could be that you are wanting to travel somewhere, or maybe that's connected to your heritage, or just a place of interest for you in some way, a place from your past, maybe even. But there's something in the way of being able to get to that place. Like maybe you have responsibilities, in your day-to-day life that you can't leave. Or maybe you feel like you're not, this is only going to be for some of you, but you might be feeling really drawn to like moving somewhere else, and feeling kind of frustrated that you're like stuck in the place that you are, like you don't really like your home environment or something, or like even like the city or country that you live in. So only take that if it resonates, like I said. But yeah, so there's something here. It feels like there is some kind of wisdom that your soul is wanting to communicate to you, and that requires you to go within. So it might feel right now like things are really on pause. I'm getting that in a few different places in your reading. Sorry if you can hear my cats like stampeding around. Like there's this kind of stagnant, like on pause energy, and that can be really frustrating when you like want things to move forward, and like it's not like the most fun to be in this energy a lot of the time. But there is something on like an emotional level, an internal level, that needs to be looked at. That is, you're not going, it's like you can't move forward until that has been addressed. So if there's anything that you've been like repressing or, avoiding feeling, I'm getting like, I'm hearing like music, like maybe music is something that is helpful for you in like processing your emotions or even feeling them. Maybe you like to put on music and it helps you, get in touch with whatever you're feeling. If you listening to the lyrics, or whatever, or maybe dancing, that kind of physical movement can help you move that energy through your body. But there's something that's kind of stuck under the surface that needs to be released. Okay, so let's get into then how you can work through this challenge. This is a pretty clear message. So we have the Hanged One, and then we have energy in reverse. So this is pretty much like, a doubling down of what I was just saying. So literally, like, this is like there's stuck energy under the surface that needs to be moved through. It needs to be released. We need to like turn this upright and like get it moving out of our body. So there's many ways that you can do that, like whatever kind of works best for you. But with the Hanged One specifically, this is about getting a different perspective, looking at things differently. So when we are in this energy, it's like the universe basically slows everything down for us for a long enough period of time until we are forced to look at things differently, until we're forced to get a new perspective. And yeah, like this person is like, they're hanging upside down, but they're not like uncomfortable, even though it like looks, you know, not like the most comfortable position. This drawing is actually really interesting, the way that they've got like the hands and the feet connected to the roots. Like there's this message that, you know, we're connected to the earth. You are not any different from, you know, the rest of the earth, the beings, you know, people, animals, grass in a field. Like we're all connected. And I think they want you to slow down and really kind of connect to those like very small, minute day-to-day moments and like find the beauty in those. And I think that's really going to help you connect back to yourself. Connecting to nature can help connect you back to who you are and what you really want. And also just help you like calm your nervous system too, because sometimes like when we're in this kind of like, you know, stale and like dissatisfied, discontented kind of energy, it can be like sometimes a nervous system response to just like the way that we have to function in this like capitalist world. Like, that, you know, like rest and our feelings and emotions are not prioritized or valued, and they're wanting you to kind of really like separate from that and get in touch with like the natural elements, and that can do a lot to really like soothe your nervous system, and that then you have like a better baseline to move forward on. But it's like you can't do that when with all this energy is like stuck up in there. Like I'm actually seeing like the trees like take the stuck energy out of this person. So yeah, nature might be really helpful for you. Yeah, okay. Okay, so then we have for support and positive things that you've got going on in your life. This is beautiful. So we have the King of Wands, King of Torches. And first off, I'm seeing the cats here. So literally you might have like pets, or cats specifically might be important to you. And it might be really grounding and helpful to be around animals. But the King of Wands generally is this dynamic leader person. So this could be someone that is around you. It could be outside of yourself if that's the case. This is someone who is, you know, very good at taking action, good at being a leader. They're passionate, creative, assertive, but, you know, like not domineering, you know, confident. There's a confidence and a need for self-expression with the King of Wands. If this is someone around you, then this is a very supportive person in your life. Someone who can really maybe help you move through these energies and kind of get some of that energy unstuck. But if it's not another literal person, then this is saying that doing something creative or whatever lights you up, whatever makes you feel inspired, passionate, or whatever you are a leader in, perhaps, those kinds of activities or environments are really supportive and helpful to you right now. And it would be good to lean into those things. So then we also have the bloom in reverse, which it says recognition, acknowledgement, being seen, which is actually like such a similar energy. Both of these cards talk about confidence. And the King of Wands is like someone who is kind of in the spotlight, who is kind of in the public eye, seen, you know, recognized. And in this card, like, she's got all these beautiful flowers and, you know, birds and moths in her hair. And she is not afraid of what anyone else is thinking. She's very confident in her own unique style, and even, you know, appreciates the attention from others and things like that. It did come out in reverse, so it's giving me kind of like an as above, so below kind of thing. Like, this is almost like mirrored images of each other. And so I'm getting that, like, your environment and who you surround yourself with at this time might really impact you. And there are, you know, creative and like-minded people around you that would be good sources of support. And if it's not people specifically, if that's not your situation at the moment, then this is, again, some kind of creative outlet, some form of self-expression, a way to connect with your inner child, something that brings you joy. And it's like putting in the outward steps, taking the outward action toward that thing, then mirrors back internally for you. It makes you feel more confident. It's kind of like a positive feedback loop in a way. Okay, I love that. Cool. Yeah, you'll have to let me know what that is. I'm really curious. Okay, so then we have your breakthrough or change coming in. This is gorgeous. The Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is honestly one of the best cards in the deck. So this is, you know, financial stability, it's comfortability, it's feeling supported. Like, this person, she's in her bed and she just is like so cozy. Like, you know, when you're in bed and like don't want to leave, but not in like a bad way, like feeling like you're just so content. Like, I could just, everything around me feels like so comforting and warm. What, baby? And just cozy. But also this talks about having everything that you need on a material level. And also it's like, feeling supported too in the company that you keep and in your home environment. Basically everything that's sort of covered on a material level. So your home, your work, family. The Ten of Pentacles kind of speaks to all of that. And it really talks about being provided for and being able to provide for others. So this could be, this could just be a shift into a new way of feeling. Or it could be, because it is the Pentacles, that often does make me think of, you know, more material changes. So it could be like that you're moving into a new place. I mean, we were talking about moving earlier, that you are, something is changing within your home or, you know, family environment. Or it could also be like a job change that's like more money or more resources in some way. It's going from this kind of feeling discontent energy to feeling very content, feeling like you have everything you need and everything that you want, really, too. I mean, it's because it's the Ten of Pentacles is like, that's the most pentacles that you can have. So it's a really abundant energy. So that's amazing to have that coming in as your next breakthrough and change. And then clarifying that we have the nasturtium, however you say it. This is amazing. This card is literally about victory, overcoming challenges, conquest. Like it is literally like this little flower can it's like the, you know, when weeds grow up through the sidewalk, like that is like this flower is about strength and perseverance and then overcoming the challenges and having a victory. It also talks about optimism and a determination for overcoming challenges. And so I see overall main like message that you need to hear right now is that this period that you're in right now, you're going to get through it and you're going to be much better for it. You're going to have learned more about yourself, more about your emotional depths and what you're capable of. And you're going to come out of this situation victorious and stronger than ever. So I'm so proud of you, pile 2. Oh my gosh. Okay. So to end the reading, I'm going to get some channeled messages from your guides with these affirmation cards. Okay. What does pile 2 need to hear right now? What is pile 2? Okay. Okay, so it says, I know that I do not need to avoid making others uncomfortable by playing small. I am taking up space. And I love that too, because that's so King of Wands and this Bloom card, like being confident in expressing yourself and yeah, taking up as much space as you need to. Maybe that's part of like what the issue is here, that you feel like you have to kind of conform to other people's ideas or you know, not fully be yourself, and that is like making you feel bad on like an emotional and physical level. Okay, and then we have, I know that my blessings come from being thankful for what I already have. I am grateful. And that too is like totally what we were talking about with the Hanged One, like really appreciating the little things, those like little moments and sensory experiences. I love that. Okay, what else does pile 2 need to hear? Thank you. I know that I deserve wonderful things. Say it again. I know that I deserve wonderful things. I am worthy. Oh, I love that. So yeah, maybe there's even like, maybe some of the stuff you're working through is even wounds around worthiness and what do I deserve, and you know, maybe other people haven't treated you in the way that you deserve. And so that can really impact our own understanding of who we are and what we deserve. It can really make us feel like those aren't things that can be achievable for us, but it absolutely is. You are worthy of every good thing, and good things are coming to you. Okay, let's get one more. What else for pile 2? One more, please. Thank you. Oh, they gave us 2. Okay. I know that focusing my attention on things I cannot control distracts me from my journey. I'm letting go. Okay. And I know that I do not need to wait for 5 p.m. on Friday to be happy. I'm happy right now. Okay. I love that. Again, same message about really being present and focusing on enjoying the journey and not just the destination, but thinking too about really feeling into what are those little things throughout your day that make you feel alive, that make you feel joyful, you know, whether that's like your favorite cup of coffee or like going for a walk and it smells like rain, or you know, petting your cat or whatever it is for you, you know, really be there for those little moments. And that's going to make a huge difference. And then we have, I'm letting go. I know that focusing my attention on things I cannot control distracts me from my journey. So yeah, really focusing as much of your attention as you can on the moment that is in front of you right now, rather than the future, rather than the past, and rather than what anyone else is doing. this moment right now is really about you. It's really about your relationship with yourself and feeling your feelings as a human being, your human experience that you're having here on earth. You know, there's the saying that's like, what is it? It's like we're, I don't know, souls having a human experience, or like spiritual beings having a human experience, something like that. I don't remember. But the point is basically that, like, you know, we have, like, yes, there's this spiritual side of things, but it's also really important to just be a human being and not a human doing, you know, like really just in soaking up the positive things that this life has to offer, and unapologetically savoring them. Yeah, like I'm getting like romanticizing your life kind of energy, which I do want to say, like, I can understand how that might be hard to do right now, like when we're in this kind of emotionally turbulent energy. Of course that's difficult to do, but I'm getting that this is sort of the pathway out of that energy, is really focusing on presence, gratitude, and just like the little things that are within your control. Okay, pile 2, I hope this was helpful. I love you so much. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.